Welcome back to our 2-Minute Tuesdays with Trish and Pastor Dave.
Yay! 2-minute, 2. All right, we are ready.
Okay. Before the Bible, what was the first account of the world and God? From Kelsey.
Well, it's a good question because we don't really know. I mean, the Bible is written down, right? But these stories were told, most of them orally, long before we wrote them down. We're talking about the Old Testament now. Sure. The New Testament was mostly written within a few years of the time the events happened, right? Or like the letters of Paul, he was writing to people, they started as a written letter, right?
Yeah.
But in the Old Testament, these were traditions that were spoken out loud for years and years and years, decades and centuries. So we don't know how or where they started. All we know is they were passed on from probably parents to children, from community leaders to communities for all that time. And then someone wrote them down. And in fact, the versions we have, often within the Bible itself, there's one tradition and there's another tradition, and the written version just merges them together. So some books even will go, here's this part of the story and here's that part of the story, and they're not the same. And that's okay. What's most important is not who was first, but what does this do? How does this affect the world when it's read? Can we find something in it that changes our lives, a way God is speaking to us that we wouldn't have understood otherwise? And when we found that, doesn't matter who said it first or which version we have, then the word is doing what it's supposed to do.
All right. Well, if you have more questions, we have an email.
pastor@sov-id.org.
And socials at SOV Boise. We will see you next week for our next question.
Yay, happy May almost.
Yay.